one last thing before I get started on this. I'm going to wet sand the blocking, or the black paint, as you can see here. I'm going to wet sand that with probably 600, or I could even go 800. Well, no, I'll go 600. And then I'll give it one more cover coat, and then I'll wet sand it again with 600. You can either go 400 or 600. Don't go any finer than that for your base coat of paint. Remember, the only reason that we use sandpaper on your finish, what we want to do is we want to put scratches like this, deep scratches, which are microscopic. You want to put that into the finish, or into the primer, so the paint has something to sink into and grab hold of. That is the only reason. Now, if you use too fine, or if you use too coarse, say like 240 or 200, which is unheard of, all you're going to have is a finish full of scratches. But if you use, say, like 800 or 1000, then the finish is really too smooth for the base coat to stick to. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to use, when I was in school 30 years ago, we used 400 dry for the final finish before we painted. Now, what I understand, they use 600. You can use either 600 or 400. Those are the only two I would use. When we get up into the clear coating, then we get up into the 1000 grit, 1500 grit, 2000 grit, and the 2500 grit for sanding the clear coat. But you have to remember that once we get up to that far, the clear coat and the paint, they're already sticking. They're holding on to this for, I mean, they got their claws into that really well. Now this may seem kind of strange. He's saying, well, I don't understand what the guy's doing. What was he saying? What's this? Why is this? Why is that? Why can't he just take the spray can and spray it? Well, I can. But when you see the finished product, and I show you this in high definition right here, very, 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 very close up like this, you're going to say, my God, that's the way you do it. And when you go down the street, all your friends are going to go, man, that dude's got a nice bike. He didn't Mickey Mouse it. That isn't half-assed. That is beautiful. But I do have to say, no disrespect at all, with the utmost respect, the most bling cars, the most bling bikes in the world that I have seen as an American, and they don't even come close here, are the Filipinos. Filipino rides are the flashiest, coolest I've ever seen in my life. As far as bling, okay? Nobody out blings the Filipinos. Rock on.